Hey there. Okay, so today I want to talk about attention and things that people don't see even though it's right in front of their eyes. Pretty much everybody has seen a picture of Adam and Eve, either in books, on the television, on the internet. And if you look at a picture of Adam and Eve, there's something wrong that doesn't make any sense. They all have belly buttons. Now, unless God supposedly had a uterus and someone's omitted this fact from all the religious texts, what we have here is an example of something that most people fail to notice, yet is so fundamentally wrong with the known story that it should stick out like a sore thumb. Traditionally, people are fixated by the quality of the artwork or the imagery, their faces, whether or not there's a snake, can we see an apple or a fig leaf. The navels, however, are front and centre in the middle of the picture, and everybody just fails to notice that they're even there. When you don't notice things like this, it's called inattentional blindness. Whether you've learned to block certain stuff out or you just fail to notice these things, you need to be paying attention in order to truly see what your eyes are looking at. However, there's a good side to paying attention. If you are paying attention and you see something is wrong, then you're more likely to be able to fix it. As such, you'll see there's a correlation between emergency planners, for instance, and their ability to spot things that are going wrong, which normal people just can't see. Another angle to this inattentional blindness is expectation. When people expect certain outcomes, they block out certain stimuli that may contradict that expectation. For example, if a person is looking for a friend in a crowd and they know that that person is wearing a red jacket, and they're going to look and scan the crowd for people wearing red. Of course, this has a problem when your friend that's wearing a red jacket suddenly takes off that jacket and now they're wearing let's say a yellow sweater. The fact that that person is wearing a yellow sweater and is standing probably 10 feet in front of you, you may end up glossing over them because you're still looking for the red jacket. You ignore the face, you're looking for some other trait. And this has probably happened to most of us at some point where you just happen to walk past somebody because you just didn't see them. This problem of expectation causes many people to appear to switch off from a mental standpoint. Ask them about their commute to work and most people will say, well, it's the same every day. Yeah, it's not the same every day. It's not an uneventful thing. You've got different people on the platforms, you have different sounds, you have different things to look at, and it's just generally different. It's not the same every day. It's not like Groundhog Day. There are differences and people just fail to notice them. Now, what we've covered so far with inattentional blindness is, I'm no psychologist, but I understand that it's there. So I want to bring up something that most people can see, that your brain blocks out, and yet I think most people go the whole lifetime just not knowing that this thing even exists, let alone looking at it. What I want to cover right now is blue sky sprites. Now, blue sky sprites are something that is in front of your eyes, but your brain edits it out largely so that you don't actually notice these things are there. The reason behind this is you actually have blood vessels running across your retina, and in theory, where those blood vessels are, you should be looking through your eyeball and seeing almost like a spider's web in front of you, because of the blood vessels are between you and what you're looking at. So the brain does something very, very clever, and it tries to edit out this information that you just don't need to see. Like, you don't need to see your own blood vessels in your eyes. However, it is possible to see them. Here's how you do it. Go outside on a clear, sunny day and just look up into the blue sky. Keep looking for about 10 to 15 seconds. What you will start to notice are little white shooting stars, for want of a better description. These little white shooting stars are the blue sky sprites. Now, sometimes you'll notice that you'll have like a white shooting star and there'll be like a black streak behind it. So the white part is the white blood cells. The black bit is actually your red blood cells that are bunched up behind. So the way to imagine this is, imagine normally blood moves very, very quickly through your veins. When it comes to what's in your eye, things are scaled down so much that really the white blood cell can just about squeeze through. This means that it's moving very, very slowly compared to what the rest of the blood would be moving. And behind the white blood cell is the blood that would normally be whizzing along down here, which is now basically, it's like being stuck behind a tractor on a country road. You've got a very slow moving big object, which is your white blood cell, and all these tiny little red blood cells all packed up behind it, and they all want to get past, but they can't. And because the density of the red blood cells is building up behind the white blood cell, light can't get through it. as it would normally. So whereas your brain knows to edit out the normal stuff where the normal blood is, the bit where it's packed up tight, it's now showing up as slightly different, and it's not being edited out as much. So that's the black tail, and the white bit obviously is where the sunlight is just coming through because it's unimpeded, and yeah, it shows up as a white light. Now, nearly everybody can see this. Most people don't even know it exists, and this, for me, it's kind of like a metaphor for a lot of things, that people, they are capable of looking at it and seeing it, and yet they'll go an entire lifetime without noticing it. Much like many people look at pictures of Adam and Eve and can probably think of one they've seen in the past and have never questioned why is there a belly button on both Adam and Eve. It just doesn't make sense if you know what the story's supposed to be. It's an oversight. So that's what I wanted to cover today. And hope you found that interesting. Speak to you soon. Bye.